Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of John Matrixx Talks Movies. Today, I'm going to give you a little bit of an overview on Solo, a Star Wars story that came out in May of this year, around Memorial Day weekend. And I must say, the movie theater was quite empty. And it was empty mainly, I think, because of The Last Jedi and the fallout from the fans about how that movie was received by fans. Now, Solo Star Wars Story is not a great movie by any stretch of the imagination. It was better than Solo, but it does have a lot of SJW politics in this movie. And let's start off talking about L3, the worst droid in all of Star Wars. I don't know why Kathleen Kennedy approved this droid to be in this movie, but a droid that goes around screaming droid rights is so annoying. Everything about this droid is annoying. And this droid belongs to Lando Calrissian. And this is the movie where Lando Calrissian is turned into Pando Calrissian, and he wants to have sex with droids. And this came out from one of the writers, Jonathan Kasdan. He came out and said that Lando was pansexual. And it's pretty much in our face in the movie, because there's actually a scene with L3 and Qi'ra, who is Han Solo's love interest in the movie, played by Emilia Clarke. And L3 tells Qi'ra that Lando has feelings for him, and basically he wants to have sex with her. And Kira's like, how does that even work? And thank God they cut off the scene right there. And there's actually a scene where L3 actually gets killed. She actually gets killed on Kessel when they're trying to make the Kessel Run. And they're coming under heavy fire. Lando's there. Beckett is there, who is played by Woody Harrelson. And they're under heavy fire. L3 gets shot up. And L3 is basically in pieces. And Lando sees what's happened to L3. And Lando runs out there and tries to get the droid under heavy fire. Brings the droid back to the Falcon. And L3 is consoling this droid like it's a human being. And all I can think of is, oh my God, he really wanted to have sex with this droid. And I could not get that out of my head. So, let's actually get to Han Solo himself in this movie. Played by Alden Ehrenreich. I actually think he did a decent job playing Han Solo. But he was in a no-win situation. Han Solo is Harrison Ford. I don't care who is playing Han Solo. Nobody would associate that person as Han Solo, because that's just how great of an actor Harrison Ford is. Now, basically the story starts off on the planet of Karelia. And Karelia is actually quite an interesting planet. It actually looks very, very good. They actually make Star Destroyers, and you actually see some Star Destroyers getting made right above the planet's surface. So Han Solo is basically, he's young and he's running these scams on the street. He has no mother, no father. Even though there's a scene where he actually mentions his father, not by name. It's very brief, and I don't even really remember it. But he's an orphan on Karelia. And he's basically kind of running these scams for this alien called Lady Proxima, who has this very, very, high-pitched female voice. I guess it's kind of for the kids, kind of like Jar Jar was. But Lady Proxima is kind of irrelevant. She gets killed off pretty much as soon as she's in the movie. So Han Solo and Qi'ra are trying to escape off of Karelia, and they want to get off of there. So they try to do it. They actually get caught up by some Imperials, and Imperials track them to this kind of like, almost like an airport in a way, like going through customs, so to speak. And Han gets through, Qi'ra doesn't. They get separated for years. Han joins the I guess you could say the Imperial Army. So he joins the Empire, and that's where he actually beats up with a man named Becket, who is played by Woody Harrelson. And Woody Harrelson and his team, they basically infiltrated the Empire to basically run different scams and jobs for this like criminal underground called Crimson Dawn. I believe that's the name of it. So Woody Harrelson basically takes Han Solo under his wing, and they're running these little missions and scams. It's one big job, really. And I only saw the movie once because it was okay. But anyway, Thandie Newton is in the movie also. She's a part of Beckett's team and also Beckett's love interest. She's not in the movie very long. She gets killed off in this train scene, and this train scene looks pretty good. But she's killed off along with another member of Beckett's team by Infant's Nest. If you saw like the trailer, Infant's Nest is the person that's in this helmet, kind of dressed like an outlaw. It's almost kind of like a Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome type of outfit, I guess you can say. But more on her in just a minute. I'm trying to keep this video kind of short, so I'm skipping over quite a few things. But Infant's Nest, as we come to find out, was kind of marketed as the bad guy in the movie. And Infant's Nest is not a bad guy. Infant's Nest is a young girl. Because there's a scene she actually takes off her helmet. And she's like 15 years old. And I'm like, okay, this is not going to work. I was hoping for a villain. To tell you the truth, there really isn't a true villain in this movie. There really isn't. Because the actual guy that Beckett is working for, he's played by Paul Bettany. And Paul Bettany has a his role is pretty small, but he's supposed to be like the head of this criminal underground where they're, kind of like stealing minerals and stuff. But really, he's not the bad guy. The actual ultimate bad guy is Darth Maul, who's in charge of Crimson Dawn, who we find out. But Darth Maul is in the movie, just a cameo right at the end for like 10-15 seconds. And that's pretty much it. So there's no established bad guy. So that's really one of the weakest parts of the movie. The Empire really doesn't do anything in this movie. You only really see the Empire there because Han Solo is in the Empire. That's pretty much the only time you see him. Also, when they make the Kessel Run, they're actually making the Kessel Run to escape from the Empire. So the Empire is there, but they don't really do much of anything. If you really want to see this movie, I wouldn't recommend going and seeing it in theaters. Just wait till it comes out on Amazon or Blu-ray or something like that. I wouldn't even buy it. Just rent it on Amazon. It's like $3 probably to rent. So that's what I would do. But anyway, this movie is okay. There's no lightsaber battles. There's no nobody's really using the Force per se, except for Darth Maul in this one little scene. This is more like an old Western style movie. That's in Star Wars. So it's average. It's just average. That's all I can say. But anyway, that's my take on the movie. Let me know what you thought of the movie if you've seen it in the comments. And also, please like the video if you like the content for today, and subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you guys next time.